games. New Zealand against Fiji, Australia against South Africa. Another chapter in the most storied rivalry in Sevens rugby is about to be written. Decades of history, multiple matches, legendary players, trophies and medals. It is Fiji against New Zealand for a place in the Commonwealth Games final. New Zealand, the defending champions. Fiji, remarkably, have never won Com Games gold. And as we see the team lineups, there is a significant omission from the Fiji side. Jerry Tuai not in the 12 for this semi-final. Rob Vickerman, a huge matchup, a big player missing.
Big player missing, Jerry Tuai not out. We saw his last action against Scotland being ushered off the pitch by two Scottish players. But the harmony is still here, the togetherness shown. This is two titans of Sevens rugby, but we do not have to get them out from under the sea. They are here, ready to rock here in Coventry. This is going to be some procession of rugby.
Fiji's captain, Waisia Mafumu, will have the first act of the semi-final. New Zealand and Fiji, let's go. There's Nafungu, who will drive it down to Scott Curry, the veteran New Zealander, back in the side. This is an experienced Kiwi team. They've got the young guns on the bench, but they've gone with the older stages to start. Fiji getting in over that, though. Regan Ware isolated. Fiji a chance to attack early on. Weaving out of the first tackle. There's Fiji, and now New Zealand try to blow through and disrupt. A looping ball for Fiji in midfield to work with. Now up through the middle. Good Annabelle, dangerous player. Space down the blind here. Big one-on-one effort, stepping back in field. Nafungu thought Nathangi. Fiji retaining position nicely as the claps and the chants go up. Stepping in field, or couldn't get the ball away, but got it back to his feet again as Rasaku is so dangerous coming together with Rasaku. But New Zealand get the penalty.
Yeah, first time he wasn't held on the floor, meaning he didn't have to let go of the ball. Second time he was, got back to his feet without releasing the ball. Sharp shooting from the referee, Jordan Way. Look how fast he moves. That's the one that's fine, no one touching him. Second one wasn't. Already, this is a knife edge. Luckily, these are two impressive swords. These are huge players of Sevens. Individually, collectively, their nations have won pretty much everything on the planet. And now they're hitting it out in this semi.
One heck of a touch finder from Magavi Black for New Zealand, has taken them 10 metres inside to Fiji territory for the throw to this lineup. He will have the throw. Ngārohi Magavi Black. Collier, Dixon, Curry. In that lineup, there's some large men on both sides, and it's Sam Dixon, the New Zealand captain, for Collier. Magavi Black on the wraparound. Molia goes straight through, keeps his feet, looks to get a fend on. It's Nafungu who makes the desperate tackle. Advantage over for the referee, shooting up out of the line. Oh, tunnel ball between the legs. Magavi Black to Regan Ware. Oh, that's up around high as well. Just a penalty. Play on for Fiji, for New Zealand rather. Dixon. Weber. New Zealand's turn to probe. Fiji player down and back play, and there is some concern, and they're going to have to stop play.
Yeah, we saw it in the last match. Play can be down and play carries on unless it is a head injury. And you can see the care and concern from both Fiji players and from Sam Dixon.
Yeah, had advantage. You got the penalty. No, first contact with shoulder.
We're going to certainly have some time. Cannot quite see who it is at the moment. Just do it. Counter the Fiji players, but they did stop play.
Sam Dixon, love that leadership in the ear of the referee. Was that not a yellow card, sir? Some impressive efforts in their tournament so far. The one against Samoa, brilliant how they came back 17-0 down, came to win the game. Last ditch. And they've got that aura. The All Blacks, many people watching this will know about the significance of that team, and Fiji doesn't look too bad either, does it? 19-12, close one against Canada. Other than that, they've gone well.
Is it Tui Mamba, the player I can't see, who's on the ground?
Well, whilst you're looking, I'll just admire this. Nori Black through the legs, on the money, about to get pulverised. You come out with a bit of that dust.
Saw the Fijians, and they did what they do at the start of the match. They turn away from the posts and look up, have a breath, a reset. They've done that. Now they've got back in their huddle while there is some serious concern here. I'm sure it is. Amaniasi Tui Mamba is the player down.
Talk about head injuries. How about that head-to-head? All three meetings have been in the gold medal final. Don't have to tell you. That team have come out with them. 39 out of 40 Commonwealth Games matches New Zealand have won. The one they lost in the final, Glasgow 2014 against South Africa.
Remembering too that Fiji didn't compete in a couple of those Commonwealth Games, 2010 and 2014.
Yeah, it's a slight asterisk.
Yeah.
But it's still something in the back of every Fijian supporter's mind.
Shea Clark, the 19-year-old, bolted into this New Zealand side. He's on the bench for this one.
If they hold it up about 3 foot, it'd be about life size as well, wouldn't it? I think you're right, that was Tui Mamba.
Yeah, so a real blow. He looks okay and warmly applauded from the field, but will head to the side. Amaniasi Tui Mamba, remember, no Juri Tuai already in this match for Fiji, so down on personnel.
Make sure you two are bonding on him. Hold steady.
Weaviawan Anduvalo coming on.
Make sure you two are bonding on him. Hold steady
for the Fijians.
Like a slightly different player, not as direct, perhaps not as powerful, but my word, he is fast.
No less handy. No score in the semi-final so far. Just a couple of minutes gone. We delay as Magavi Black feeds for New Zealand, takes it away for Weber. They're forming a nice combination, those two. Weber for Ware, he's got Ware in space. Regan Ware for the corner. Regan Ware strikes first for New Zealand in the semi-final.
Well, they're checking it. The nature of this service is many players are sliding towards the line.
High contact, denying a try.
Yeah, we're just looking at that for you.
Looking at the high tackle as well. It's clever play, this. Nandavalu just on the field. He's the one that stepped in, which meant that Rasako has to try and get across. And it's a very difficult tackle to make. I think normally if it's over the shoulder, it's in danger. The question is here, did it impede him scoring? The ball does hit the line on the surface, but it could be a penalty try.
Great effort coming across. You see Regan Ware brace himself for impact. Ball does get down there. It's just, well, Regan Ware's legs are out by that stage, I believe.
More so if the arm coming across hits the head, it could be a penalty try.
Yeah.
We have a decision. It's a high tackle preventing the try scored.
Yep. Okay,
so that makes it a penalty try.
And number... Which number was it, sorry? 11?
Number 11.
Number 11. 11? So, okay. Oh, wait, next scrum. 11. So, as a high tackle, it's prevented a probable try, so it's going to be a penalty try and a yellow card.
So no conversion needed, 7 points. The crowd not happy about it. They need to understand the game of 7, slight variance, and certainly when there's a tackle over the shoulder, it is always flagged. Those more familiar with the game of 7s know that Fiji playing with 6 men doesn't really make a difference.
And it's caused us double jeopardy, isn't it? You concede the 7 points and lose a player for 2 minutes. So Fiji, having lost Tui Mamba for injury, Tuai before the start, and now have Vasaku in the sin bin for a spell. They've got game breakers everywhere too. Ball's ripped away and knocked away by Fumo, and he's stabbing a little kick through Nathangi here, and that ball, the bounce, just spun away from the New Zealand defence, and an early tackle.
Competing for the ball.
Oh, competing for the ball. Maybe slightly lucky there, Molia. Either way, Fiji have swung onto attack, but look at the physicality from New Zealand, and now with the extra man overlap, Dixon sizes up the options, thought about the big glamour ball wide, didn't go there, instead goes to Ware. It's quick for, oh, everyone's coming up to there. Jordan Way, Scott Curry, ball goes to ground.
Ball's hit me in the play.
Well, you never want to be the story as a referee. John Way looks like a player, and I tell you what, he could hit, but that's accidental. He's trying to get out of the way. He thinks the ball's coming over the top. Scott Curry, whacked by the ref. He won't want to see that one again.
Many people get to take Scott Curry down, but Jordan Way, clip the legs, away you go.
Of all the players in the world that have been beaten by Scott Curry, you know, we look at this with disgust that the referee just taken down. We didn't even try to.
Crouch!
Well, New Zealand will be furious, though, because it's eaten up time on the clock, and they had some really good forward momentum playing at pace.
Still six-man Fiji. Scrums are very difficult to defend.
Here goes Weber for New Zealand, down a big blind side to work with. Good early ball for Molia, who just takes that ball into contact, and New Zealand will reset and go again. Commonwealth Games semi-final. Dixon for McGarvey Black to clear. Weber, Joe Weber for Molia. Patient New Zealand, but Fiji not missing their marks at the moment. Being stretched now with a long ball for Dixon, steps inside a one and then runs into Mothenethangi and gets a penalty too. Mothenethangi, it's a big body to try and roll out of a very small area. Collier, New Zealand. As Fiji just clinging on now. Weber tries to get some feet on. Fiji's defence is manful. Curry war juggle. Regan Ware stepping back in field. Pressure. And Regan Ware will score for New Zealand.
And he has got no inclination to put this ball down. The crowd don't like it. He doesn't care. Regan Ware got a brace in the Commonwealth Games final 4 years ago, and he is continuing to perform when it matters most. Brilliant patience. Fiji's still a man down at this point, and it's that step back on the inside of a defence that is trying to get across to cover the full 70 metres of this pitch. Keep emphasising that. This is the same size rugby pitch. Fiji defending with 6. Ware too hot to handle.
Regan Ware hasn't played every game of the tournament, come off the bench as well, used wisely by coach Clark Waydorp. And he's come to the fore so far in the semi-final, 14-0 now.
And what's felt like a very long first half. We've still got 50 seconds left. Fiji back to 7. This game is very much still on.
Ready? Time back on.
Narohi McGarvey Black. Fiji, wonderful, brilliant work in the air to bring that ball down. Haven't really had a chance to get their big flyers into the action. Really attack Mothenethangi. Football, the inside, offload, sticking early, rolled across the ground. All play on is the call. Somehow the ball then adds another 50 metres wide to Vakaren and Billy. Here's the man back onto the field, the fresh legs. Oh, Vrasaku. New Zealand's turn to defend a little bit now. Ware has a big challenge ahead of him. Offload is good, and now the speed. McGarvey Black coming across and then losing control. Some way, somehow. And the way we go into half-time, Nandu Valo.
Settle. Knock-on call before the hoot up, so we're going to be playing the scrum.
Just before. Even better, we get to see some more 7s. Mothenethangi, delightful touch over the top to that man, Nandavalu. I think he was excited as I was because he spilled the ball. This is the touch. Not just the offload, but the fact he sees him, spots him and puts it in front. Mean he can stay at pace, doesn't have to break his stride, and off he goes. And it's just that loose left-hand carry. He looks up and it falls out. The grip of these balls, been challenged by the size of these palms. He's not happy with it. New Zealand, that's very much a let-off.
Despair with a crowd in the background. Do I see him? Athungu's just had some treatment as well.
Last one was okay. I'll keep it on.
So Malia, just behind this scrum, is so close. If New Zealand get this ball out, it would not surprise me if they kick it straight off the pitch. Don't chance your arm, don't run the risk.
Well, they are going to run the risk, and he's absolutely run it because he's put it straight into the hands of the Fijian flyer. What an error from New Zealand. What a play from Velike Saturanga just before half-time.
Well, what do you know? Scott Curry not looking good. He trekked back, that hamstring not looking full strength, but this is pickpocket. Hidden, right behind. Looping play coming around the Garvey Black. And off he goes, Sataranga, with what could be a very crucial score.
Wow, what a finish to the half. New Zealand had that under control, and now they've let Fiji back into it. 14 points to 7. New Zealand lead Fiji at half-time in the semi-final. You need 10 sets of eyes to keep up with all the action between these two teams, and it hasn't disappointed in the first half. That's a worrying sign for New Zealand. Scott Curry, he did pull up pretty badly in that chase. He's going to head to the side.
The older statesman, 34, been playing 15 sevens. Conditioning can take you a good 6 months to adjust to. Your whole central nervous system gets tested in this game, and I promise you, if that sounds a little bit audacious, just watch these next 7 minutes. It's relentless.
A place in the gold medal match for New Zealand or Fiji.
Ready? Come on.
7 minutes or maybe more to find out. 14, New Zealand leads 7, and that kickoff just doesn't quite go the 10 metres. I thought it was going to float away, so a mistake from New Zealand straight away.
They say double down from the pickpocket skills of Fijians to get that score to the next point of play being the restart. These are your foundation blocks in the game of sevens. You don't want to give Fiji the ball. The longer you have it, the less they can do. They're outrageous things.
Here goes Fiji again. Sivaloni Muthinatangi has been heavily involved. Rasaku cleared away by Nathumu. Fiji accelerating forward. Good tackle made by Dixon on Dangunu, though. Rolled one more time, held on, and New Zealand couldn't get over the ball legally. They get in their penalty.
That was Swiss watch timing from Joe Webber. Absolute precision, how he got over that ball. And it's the one area at the moment New Zealand are beating Fiji. Not often are you big enough to compete with Fiji in contacts, but that time in there, the fact that he got down and the tackle from Sam Dixon been so perfectly low, you can see him, he's looking, shouting at the ref all day, you're getting that penalty. And that's 2 or 3 times now we've seen exactly the same tactic from New Zealand, masterclass.
The line out for New Zealand is just on the Fiji side of halfway. It's brought down by Dixon. Tony Nashu onto the field. Another penalty. It's Nashu's onto the field for Curry, but Vakurena Billy caught offside.
A bit of a hearing at half-time with the referee and assistant referees talking around this set piece, so scrums are going to get a bit hot on. Line out there, you've got to apply by the law, you've got to stay in the right place at the right time. You go early, you'll be penalised, and they're easy yards. It's almost like an unforced error in tennis for the Fijians, that you don't have to kick long from that line out. All New Zealand want is an ability to contain 3 of these Fijian forwards and then get Malia, Webber and Ware to cut loose.
McGarvey Black with the throw once more. This time it's stolen by Fiji, knocked away. Collier makes the chase and the hit, but the ball lands nicely for Ngathungu. So Fiji from their own 22, which really doesn't matter how far away they are, because they'll go anywhere they want, and that'll piggyback them down the field too. And there's a real scrap on the ground. The whistle's gone.
Well, understandably, because you're not allowed to jump into a tackle. I think Rasaku there slightly lucky to get away with that one.
There he goes. Rasaku taps for Vakurena Billy. The crowd starting to find their voice as well. How does that offload stay in that stomach? Here's Vakurena Billy. Well, good spot tackle made by Ware, needed to be done. Basaku bounces up again. He's like a pinball. And speaking of, Sione Molia was bounced away. Now the penalty goes against New Zealand. Rasaku again. Fiji cribbing forward. Rasaku's footwork is so good. Webber had to cling on to that one. And then there's a wild ball for Dangunu to collect. Stepping through, and Saturanga again. New Zealand chasing. Ware coming across. McGarvey Black dives and flies at him. The offload, though, is superb for Severoni Motenatangi. And Fiji go in again.
collective sigh from the crowd. What a thing of beauty that was. Mothanatangi, normally the man that throws those magic balls. But a couple of moments here, this left foot step. Who would want one of those in the back pocket? And then the Magari Black manages to get back the dive, the Superman style tackle. Composure of the highest to find his man, to throw it up, and to see Sebu Mothanatangi get points for Fiji to level this one up.
From 14-0 to 14-all, we're all square with 3 minutes to play. Mothanatangi heads to the side. Another Fiji player down in back play though. They've taken some knocks in this match. It's Saturage, he's the one who made the break.
They got Superman, that's why. Magari Black tracking him. The way he dives, you're going to see this. It's a shot, just flying human body. He had the effort to get rid of the ball before he felt the pain. The endorphins doing their thing. Look at that shot.
He gets absolutely pummeled from behind by the flying Magari Black, and still for the offload. He's going to leave the field though. Here's the man who scored the try just before half-time. 14-all.
Okay. You tell me when you're ready to kick, and then I'll call time on.
The time has stopped. Still 3 minutes. Yep. I do not want this game to end. There's drama, there's a little bit of spice and edge about it. And still feel there is a monumental moment coming in the semi-final here at Birmingham 2022.
Towering restart from the Thungu. Carter lets it bounce, it's dangerous. And Fiji swoop. Oh, they've done well to win that back. Dixon for New Zealand.
You've gone in front of where it is.
Well, so enthralled the players, they don't want to stop. I'm with you guys, you keep going. Jordan Waite moving the tap back.
Behind him, you can't step in front of him. Still on! Time off, please.
The time needed to stop about 20 seconds ago, but it still clicked on.
Boy, it was a timely intervention from Dixon. The youngsters are into the fray for New Zealand now, shoot. Heavy contact, just keeps himself in field. No, he doesn't, and they give away a penalty anyway, Fiji. Brilliant once more, and away we go. Magala, and there for Carter. Back in New Zealand hands, one way, then the other. Ball spills out the side for Collier. Collier hammered in a heavy tackle. Molia. Magari Black for Dixon. Here's Caleb Pangitau. Hauls in an awkward ball and then is driven back in the tackle. Needs some support as skippers there.
Pulled down by Fiji.
New Zealand playing well and truly in front of their own goalpost. Leroy Carter ducks under one. Always beats a couple of defenders, then gets hammered on the 22. Pangitau again. Going to take them on himself with his pace and his power. Caleb Pangitau, little bit of footwork, showed the sideline and rumbled into touch by Wasi and Nathungu.
Well, Nathungu has got the captain's armband, and that's about the best action of leadership you're ever going to see on a pitch. These players are running on fumes. Pangitau is big, is strong, not just a tackle. He gets him to the sideline and dismisses him to the touchline. Meaning the ball is flicked up off his heel into touch. He'll learn from that experience. The touchline is not your friend in sevens. But with just 1 minute 10 on the clock, 14 points apiece, Nathungu has just stood up for his team.
He's a wonderful player and leader-wise, Nathungu. Changes rolling in. Kunatani out there, Thanakavata for Fiji. Aquila Rokolesoa onto the field for New Zealand.
Fijian heritage playing against Fiji, that ups your game. Semi Kunatani, the man with the band at the back.
Okay, New Zealand, you ready?
Universally the LeBron James of sevens rugby. Watch him come out with something.
Stay there, 6.
New Zealand 14, Fiji 14. 1 minute to go. Oh, that doesn't look straight at all. Oh, he's just made a wonderful play, and then an error from the Thungu.
Well, he's holding his shoulder, and he has every right to, because that track back tackle gave the chance for the line out. So the towering presences of both New Zealand and Fiji means it's contested in the air. It's an underrated skill set in the game of sevens and line-out, but you can see how important they can be. 14 points approaching what could well be the last play of the semi-final. New Zealand have won 39 out of 40 Commonwealth games ever.
Oh, early hit on the scrum, so New Zealand tap and go quickly. Big ball for Tangitau wide. Tangitau was caught earlier on the right, heavy contact, and a penalty for New Zealand. Seconds remaining now. This could be it, the moment for either team. Oh, lost the ball. New Zealand and Fiji are going to get another chance to go up the other end.
5 seconds on the clock. I've got to say, because there'll be a lot of people shouting at the screen, that did not look like a wrap tackle. You've got to be so careful throwing in shoulders. But the preceding play, right across the field. Oh, imagine the psychology. That's potential psychological turmoil, but he's got to dust it off. This is the final play of normal time. We do go into golden point if this remains 14-all.
Fiji need to go 80 metres. Or New Zealand need to win the ball back. Rasaku, he's capable of doing that, absolutely. Ridden into the ground by the New Zealand defence, but a penalty, high shot, tap and go from Fiji. Who's got the composure on the big stage? What a ball from Kunatani. How's the footwork from Magala? And away goes Fiji again. It's like there's 12 of them on the field. All trouble here for New Zealand. That's going to be a yellow card against Rokoli Soa.
So much drama in these last 60 seconds alone. My heart rate's about 150. This is insane. Chose the scrum, really clever tactic. This is make or break. You make that catch, you run the half the length of the pitch, you are a hero, and conversely, that is going to be the longest, slowest walk to the sideline.
And New Zealand are going to make a change here too. Massive change. What a moment for Shea Clark, the 19-year-old in his debut tournament, to replace the captain, Sam Dixon.
That is big. That is big. This scrum needs to be attacked. That's maybe why he's done it. They're fresh for this scrum. New Zealand have to attack this scrum. 3 backs for New Zealand with a moving, roving 9. There's overlaps all over, but they can stop it at source.
14 all, 7 on 6, time long gone. Fiji to try and win it. They've got their flyer into some space. The cover defence coming across, and Leroy Carden, ball hacked ahead. New Zealand are going to let this roll away, and we're going to extra time.
And this could be plenty of try conversations, Ricky. This is a huge moment. The flag's up.
The flag is up for the hit.
Clearly after the kick, taking it out.
Okay.
Late tackle.
So you don't feel that he was committed to the tackle?
Yeah.
Okay. So, penalty, yellow card.
Yellow card, yeah.
Have you got the number?
No, to confirm the number.
So,
sorry.
need to confirm the number.
Leroy Carter, number 10. He takes him out way after. He knows exactly what he's doing. It's gamesmanship, but it's sport. It can happen. Boos will ring out. He will be sin-binned. And New Zealand down to 5 men.
You've gone at him. No, you don't have to dive. Yeah, I do. I haven't got a card. It's yellow card. The ball now.
Well, we're not quite going to extra time yet. The flag was out. Didn't think initially the touchy had seen it, but he's made the call and he's made the right one. So New Zealand, 5 players. Fiji, 7 players in a scrum, 10 metres out from the New Zealand line.
So tactically looking at this, still has to be 3 players for New Zealand in the scrum. They will not have a scrum half in play, which is a gamble, because you've now only got 2 players to cover the whole width of the pitch. If this ball is clean from the base, it could be 3 players on just 1 defender. Fiji execute this scrum, they walk in.
Nafungu with the ball in hand, he's the player you want to take control for Fiji. Is this the moment they go through to the gold medal match? It's stuck under New Zealand feet, it's another penalty. Almost 2 minutes after full time, they must be stretched, New Zealand. Oh, what a collision, and New Zealand has got the ball. They've got another penalty though, Fiji. Fiji, urgent, desperate, New Zealand so too. It's 7 on 5, New Zealand scrambling, Fiji trying to win this match and go to the gold medal game. Desperate defence, roll again.
Semi Kunatani can't give that one, it looked like double movement. There's going to be a serious conversation here. Fiji just need to pass the ball once or twice. Let's listen in.
Extra roll by Fiji to then place the ball. So we can't check it because he's rolled first. So it's going to be paid against them.
Okay.
But have you got a high tackle from the contact is around the shoulder?
For me, I'm okay with the tackle.
Contact's around the shoulder.
Yeah,
Great. Okay. I'll explain. So contact on the tackle is fine. He's come down. There's then an extra roll to then promote the ball to score.
Yeah, but it's
so
not held.
A penalty against you for the extra roll. No, they were okay.
No one's holding him there.
Over here.
I mean, letter of the law, I get it. That's a big call, well conversed. Referees working together, and that is a let-off. Fiji just needed composure. Any type of phase play, any type of movement, they'd have scored.
First, then yes.
Well, it's nothing less than this match deserved. A quite extraordinary game of sevens rugby. We'd expect nothing less. And now we go to extra time. 14-all, New Zealand and Fiji in the Commonwealth Games semi-final.
Well, an era of life where I've probably heard the word unprecedented more than I would care to. Right, let's set the scene then, Rick. 14-all, New Zealand, 39 out of 40 wins in the Commonwealth Games. Fiji never won a gold.
Just when you think you have seen it all between these two teams, they do it again. Remembering too, New Zealand has still got players in the sin bin. Have to check those times as well. Rokoli Soa and Carter will trot to the chair, and it'll be a terrible couple of minutes for both of those men, I think.
Could you imagine the psychology? Just put yourself in that mindset. You're about to witness your team that you have been through the mire with day in, day out. You've given everything, and there are just 5 of them against 7 Fijians in a golden point in the semi-final of extra time.
Next score wins. New Zealand drive the kickoff a long way down, low and hard. 5 New Zealanders, 7 Fijians. And there's got to be gaps for Fiji to exploit. And away they go, the chase coming. Collier chasing. Panito from the other side for New Zealand. And Fiji stretching away, and they are in, and they win it. Fiji go for gold through Waisia Nafongu.
Just absorb this atmosphere, take it in. Sport is unrivaled at making these moments so significant. It's a pleasure to witness what we've just seen, but New Zealand's aura and era and greatness has come to an end. They can still contest for a bronze, but this is about the gold chance now for Fiji. They have given everything in what has been one of the most memorable, scintillating games of sevens you will watch.
From 14-0 to 19-14, and this man here has pulled every string, every trick in the book. He has led Fiji into the gold medal match. Waisia Nafongu, he left black jerseys scattered. It was gallant from New Zealand to even get to extra time in the end, but Fiji are unstoppable, and the white whale of the Commonwealth Games gold may be in sight.
Well, that is a gold medal worthy match, and a gold performance from their captain, Waisia Nafongu. These scenes summarise sevens, the respect shown from both of these warriors that have just gone at it. I need to go lie down.
Well, Fiji and New Zealand have just served up a classic. What have Australia and South Africa got? Southern Hemisphere rivals, a battle of the green and gold. The top 2 on the Sevens World Series.